Hey, what's going on, guys? So just to give a little bit of an update, I don't have the hood on yet. It's not all the way bolted on. I think the reason why the alternator belt's squealing, it might be a little bit loose, so I gotta tighten that up. I did get a new fuse box. It's really weird because it still seems to be doing the same thing as the old box did. Might be the, I don't know. It's ticking me off just a little bit. But as far as everything goes on the MGB, everything looks good. Everything's working. I got the speakers in. The radio works. Everything sounds great. What else? From what I've been reading online is I need to what's the word I'm looking for? I need to bypass the voltage stabilizer for the gauges, because remember, that gauge is bouncing and the fuel gauge is bouncing. So what I've been researching, what I've read, and it does make sense to me. The older gauges weren't able to handle 12 volts, so that's one of the reasons why the voltage stabilizer was in there. The modern gauges, which these are the modern gauges, these are the new gauges, they're able to handle 12 volts. So you can hook these straight up to 12 volts and they will read. So the impression that I'm getting is once I bypass the voltage stabilizer, those gauges will read 100% accurate and there will be no bouncing. So I don't have to go out and get another voltage stabilizer or anything like that. So that's cool, and it made sense to me, because when I read it, I was like, well, yeah, that does actually make sense, because even when you look at the instructions to hook up the gauges electrically, it says to hook it up straight up to 12 volts. So no issues there. Pretty soon I'll be cleaning this back up, getting all the fingerprints and all the oil and stuff like that from my hand, and getting the dust off, cleaning everything up. The next thing that'll come, I mean, there's no point in putting an exhaust in it this year. It's winter time. It's not going to be going out pretty much at all during the winter time. So I'll probably get my coasters, casters, whatever, and get the cover, throw the cover on it, and it'll be good until next year. I don't think I'll put in the glove box. I kind of like the way that it does. I kind of like the way that this is there, because really, what am I going to use the glove box for? Nothing really. So, you know, I'm happy with it just out. You know, I mean, I still got it. So if I ever do sell the car, I'll give it to the next guy, and that next guy can actually put it in if he so desires. However, and then I'm planning on cleaning up a lot of this stuff, moving a whole bunch of that stuff over. I want to get all of this over into that corner, get that pool table stuff out there, because I really want my box to be in the middle. I want the air compressor to be more in the middle. I don't really want it having it over all the way over here. And because I offered Offered my friend if he wanted to keep his Mustang in here, that he can keep it in here. So I'll take this, and I could just turn it sideways and put it over here in this corner, and he can just put his Mustang right over here. Because they probably would have used it more if they were able to get to it, because they have to drive all the way out to Oak Ridge, drop their car off, pick up their car, drive it, and then bring it back. And you know, it tended to be a little bit too much of a hassle. So I just said, well, dude, you're like 3 minutes away from me. You know, if you want to put it in our garage, fine. And the only thing he's got an issue with is, I mean, my garage isn't climate controlled, so. But, however, got to figure out what to do. So what's next for the channel? So I've been searching and looking online. Not for another MGB though. I just wanted something, you know, not necessarily different, but more of the American made side. Because I've always wanted something, you know, American muscle, American steel, anything like that. So I was looking online and saw this one car, and you know, if you've ever bought something to where you were at the right place at the right time, this is exactly what ended up happening. So during the winter time, we're going to be working on that. So I'll be posting a couple of videos on this. This is a 1967 Ford Galaxy 500 with a 390. The only rust hole that I found on it is right there. It does have the rust on the top. I haven't been able to get into the trunk yet. The keys, the lock is missing. But I got a really good deal on this. I mean, there's not really a lot of rust on it. I got there's a little bit of a ding right here, but I think that's just in the trim there. And there is this. So I'm going to try to hammer and dolly that out. I don't know whether or not I'll be successful on that. Probably not, but hey, you know, I mean, the fenders, you know, if I can't do it, I can't do it. You know, so. The thing that I liked about this car, everything is here. Well, I don't know if the air cleaner's in the trunk or not, but everything is here. All of the trim is here. It's not busted up. It's not missing. The Ford is there. It's pretty dirty. You know, we'll get it cleaned up, but all four of the wheels are locked up. That is going to be an absolute blast. But everything is here. And from what I'm told, what I've been told, and it almost seems like it's true, is the mileage on this, from what I told, that's the true mileage. I will be the third owner of this vehicle, but everything is in there. I mean, the door panels on this thing, I mean, they're straight. I mean, they're in really good shape. You know, but I gotta clean this thing up, get it all nice and clean. I do think the engine's locked. I tried to turn it, but just with my hand. So that might be a little bit of a task to get that to kind of spin a little bit. This thing has been sitting for 19 years, from what I was told. It was an old guy's car first, and then he passed away, and then they bought it off of his wife. They drove it for about 4,000 miles, and she said that that after that it was parked for 19 years. So this is the next project. And the only reason why that seat's like that was because I pulled it out. Yes, there's the moose nest in there. So I pulled it out because I don't know whether or not I'm going to be able to get into the trunk just by trying to stick my hand in there and see whether or not I can pop it open. So I may end up having to go through there, which I'm not really looking forward to doing because I have no idea what is in there, if there is anything in there. But I'm hoping the spare tire is in there because 3 of the tires hold air, but as you saw on that side, that tire is flat, so I'm hoping at least the spare tire holds air. Yeah, a lot of mouse poop. But, you know, I mean, look at the floors. That is not bad at all. I mean, clean up the headliner and stuff, and I think we'll be okay. But this will be fun to do. But we got a lot of work to do on this roof. That's a lot of surface rust, but we'll get it done. We'll vinegar water the shit out of it, get it all cleaned up. But we'll do a couple videos on it so we can get at least the tires spinning. So hopefully we can get the tires spinning, and once we get this thing rolling and get this thing in the garage, then once we get it in the garage, then we can start actually working on the engine, and we'll do a first start on this bad boy. Alright guys, take it easy. Just wanted to show you what's up next on the channel. 1967 Ford Galaxy 500, 390 in it, possibly less than 36,000 miles on it. So technically, can I bring this to Ford and say it's under warranty? Nah, it's probably past the years anyway. Alright guys, take it easy. Peace.